how I came to realize I needed a dumpster rental in Cincinnati. I, like most homeowners, take great pride in keeping my property in good shape, and I certainly don't ignore tasks such as spring cleaning and routine maintenance. However, one thing I'm not very good at is getting rid of stuff I no longer need, even though I'm far from being a hoarder. I don't let my home's interior become so full of clutter that I'd need a dumpster rental in Cincinnati to throw it all out, but unfortunately, I am guilty of just dumping possessions with no proper home in the garage or the basement. For years, I pretty much aimlessly threw things into the garage without really concentrating on maintaining or cleaning the space. After all, out of sight, out of mind, and a junk-filled garage had little effect on the pride I felt for my overall home. Once the garage was full, I began filling up the basement with possessions and old furniture I thought I could use somehow in the future. Some items I intended to donate, others I made plans to sell, and some of it I simply couldn't let go because it had been a part of my life for so long. Then, one day, both the garage and the basement could hold no more. How the garage became more than a small issue. My overloaded garage became a matter of urgency when my wife decided that after many years, it was time to do some landscaping. So she came home with a new trimmer, mower, and a bunch of other stuff to get to work. At this point, she said we simply needed to do something about the garage. But when she looked at its contents and saw the gargantuan job that laid before us, she decided that it was better to hold off on that task until we'd finished the task at hand, i.e., the landscaping. Instead of doing what we desperately needed to do for years, we bought a high-quality shed to store the new gardening equipment we'd purchased. Great! Another storage space that could potentially become home to masses of clutter. Nevertheless, the shed served its purpose and worked quite well with our landscaping project. However, we'd underestimated just how much waste we'd have once we created the garden of our dreams. I could barely believe how many bags of grass we ended up with just after fixing things up a little. Plus, we trimmed the few trees we have, removed all the old furniture that had faded with time and the elements, and pulled out the stump that had only served as a hazard for years. Before we knew it, we had more than enough garden waste to fill a Cincinnati dumpster, and then things only got worse. A family tragedy made our clutter problem unbearable. My grandmother lived to a ripe old age, but as is inevitable, she eventually passed away and left most of her possessions to my wife and me. While we were more than happy to deal with all her stuff and become the proud new owners of some precious family heirlooms, we simply had nowhere to put anything. We still had a garage and a basement overflowing with clutter. I realized at this point that I hadn't figured out a need for any of these items I was so desperate to cling on to since dumping them in there, and now there were lots of new possessions that I had to hold on to at all costs. For a while, it seemed that we had no walking space in any room in the house, and it quickly became apparent that we needed a dumpster rental in Cincinnati. To be honest, the very idea filled me with joy at this stage because I wanted nothing more than to have a house I was proud of once again. We had a garage stacked to the rafters, a basement that was nothing more than a hoarding space, and there were many bags of garden waste sitting in the yard. Plus, we now had all my grandmother's possessions to find places for. Dumpster rental in Cincinnati saved our lives. I'm not exaggerating by saying that our Cincinnati dumpster rental saved us. If you've ever been in a similar position, you'll understand how so much clutter taking up every inch of your home can drag your mood down significantly. We needed a quick way to clear out our living space, and a dumpster rental was the fast and easy solution. Are you ready to work with a company that is as committed to recycling and sustainability as you are? The city of Cincinnati has proven to be highly proactive when it comes to sustainability. Don't wait to partner with Junk King to experience this top-rated service and responsibly dispose of your unwanted junk. Call today, 513-206-8945, or visit Junk King online to get a quick and easy quote for dumpster rentals or to learn more about our full-service junk removal services.